Previously on Diversity 3 Developer Commentary.
Oh! How dare you!
I'm just making sure the in-game sound is good too.
You have nice, deep voice actor voice, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have you do all the voices when we revamp Diversity 3 with voice actors.
Oh, yeah.
And finally you get in the lab. Which is like, I'm gonna actually use command blocks as a decorative block. Has anybody ever done that before?
I don't think so.
I think it's revolutionary.
That wasn't from YouTube.
No, it wasn't from YouTube. That was from me being lazy. This was kind of like, the whole idea behind this was like, the QMagnet map maker guy who's retired is kind of like disgruntled and like, oh, I'm tired of working on Diversity 3. Nobody cares. I'll never get this map done. This was like his little chamber of, I'm just going to throw command blocks over there. These is what I'm working on. We got, and again, this is mostly your, I just added some tweaks, but this is mostly your stuff. Yeah, that was the Diversity 1 mechanic. Or Diversity 2 mechanic. And this is Diversity 3 mechanic. So it's kind of like, here's the past, here's the present. At the time, I think Vexes were new, and I thought, hey, it's cool to trap one in a little glass sort of like experiment. This here is llama spit, but llama spit doesn't last. It's a particle, I think. It immediately disappears, so that's actually being constantly summoned right there. You can't tell. Little details. This here is the code, which is like, you ever played the code, Kwa?
I didn't play it, but I watched it on YouTube.
YouTube. Again with YouTube.
I love YouTube.
The code is like the map that made me become a map maker. A guy named Jesper the End made it. I think he no longer has a credit because I used to have something about Jesper here. And when I submitted this for Realms, they said, we don't know what to do. So I had to add paper anvil, something like that. But basically, you get this paper and you're supposed to rename it. And these cakes here are all part of that map. So it's a nod there. We'll go over the renaming in a second. If you've said the wrong thing, it checks it. It's complete ripoff of the code. But I wanted to give a nod to Jesper. Oh, there you go. Jesper has incinerated. And they'll give you a link to, I think, his YouTube. This was another thing. This is a shulker bullet that's just floating there. I thought it'd be cool because nobody really actually gets to look at those. This is my first T flip-flop I ever, in all of my Minecraft, Redstone and all that. This is from like 2012. It's just that. Nothing. You made this thing. What was the whole point of this?
Just colors, looked good, and I learned this glass technique where it kind of fades in like a fog.
Yeah.
When I was doing commissions, one of my friends came up with it, and I believe there's a builder by the name of That Old Kid. He was the first one to experiment with something like this.
So this is
through the grapevine. I heard of it and thought it was cool.
So this is the color layout of all the monument blocks, but then you have a space and then blocks and then space and then blocks. Is that how that works?
Yep, exactly.
So it looks like it kind of fades.
I think these are all solid. There's other cases where you do it with panes, and also the lighting is another thing.
Yeah, kind of. It's like a neat. It's a good way to like break up a wide area and kind of give it a purpose, even though you have to make the wall look like something, so it's not just a boring nothing to look at. This is kind of my thought of the map maker working on the mechanics to get this thing working in Diversity 3, which you see later, kind of like foreshadowing. And then you come across this hint, which was totally intentional to say, okay, you are going to know who made this map if you're going to play this map, because you have to enter that name, which the answer's on that whiteboard over there, but you're going to have to enter it to even play the map. I thought that was a little clever thing there. Oh, yeah, you added this thing. You were so proud of this.
There's a leak.
You were so proud of this thing.
See, I might have particles off,
I love
but
it. Yeah, no, I saw it on mine.
the leak. You gotta get the
There it
janitor's
goes. Bam.
bucket.
Which is funny because in real life I'm a plumber. I would not let that go, but in this, Q-Magnet knows nothing about plumbing. He just puts buckets under stuff. And then this I thought was really cool because I wanted to like put the team in the map right off the bat, and it's a cool little, because at the time item frames on the floor were just brand new, so we get all their player statues in these cool little poses. Let's go to Quaz. There you go.
That's how I look in real life too.
You look like you're like skating. I'm skating on the ice. Yeah.
I just noticed you have these blocks above here.
Yeah.
With,
black, purple, white, light blue, orange. That's like a common puzzle theme, just to kind of like foreshadow to the player. You might want to write that down because it might be important. This is like
important.
These are more like contraptions and stuff. And then this here, the only kind of bummer about this, like I absolutely love that the font and everything because it looks like it's like a whiteboard that you're working on. I kind of felt like it should have been at the beginning of the map because once you get in here, you're like, oh, I should be playing it on 114.4. I didn't realize that, even though I'm already playing it. Has all you guys here. It says death to cheaters. Can you go creative mode?
Oh, sure.
All right, let's just check. Oh, sorry. Yeah, death to cheaters. There you go.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at.
You're here. You're right here.
Oh, am I?
You're right here.
My world was loading.
Yeah, okay. That was just a little. The only time you can't go into creative, I think, in the map. Just kind of joke. Oh, and I also put resource pack programmer art in 1.13, even though the new blocks weren't in 1.13, so that was very confusing. Diversity 4, that's a joke. This guy, he made Diversity 3 back like in 1.8.9. He made it. He's like, I'm going to make Diversity 3 if you're not going to make it. It's like this 20-minute map. So I was actually seriously considering calling this map Diversity 4 and just telling people, Diversity 3 is on Planet Minecraft. You can play it right now. So there's the hint that's got my name. You can... I don't have it. Here we go. You can spell it many different ways. Let's go with... I think this one works. You could spell it like that if you wanted. And then you put it in there. It's checking. You look. Sound and a ding and you're through. Now we go into the cave.
Always go to the left.
You go to the left? Is that the rule?
Here.
Look at this. Now this is in one. You never used to be able to do this. This kind of broke a few things, I think.
Oh.
All right. So for anybody who is not aware of the secret maps, you can get stuck up there, by the way.
Oh, can you?
I think so, because you can swim through a 1 block height.
Down. Right. I don't think swimming was implemented when I...
No, we did in 1.12.
Right.
Okay, I'll come back to this bridge for a second. So, first we're going to go over here. And this was kind of like... I think we talked about this and saying, like, this is the remnants of diversity, of like the old style diversity, where in Diversity 2 it was all about the quartz. You can see the cave is bleeding into the quartz. I remember coming on the server and watching you build this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, you're so good. You're so good. You built this whole thing. I'm going to go to creative. And I sent you this picture.
Right. I think that was one of the first sketches you sent me.
It's like kind of a copy of Diversity 2, but opened up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you like, I'm going to build a whole huge cavern around it. And I'm like, oh, it looks great. Looks amazing. And then you're like, hey, did you go around it? I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Did you go around it? And you had this whole pathway around it.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't do anything.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time getting it to work and no plan.
Yeah, and I'm like, players are going to be so mad if they go all the way around it. So I just said this earlier. I said, I'll come back to this bridge. That's basically, you can come down over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are very proud. You can jump in the water.
Yes. And if you come back up, there is one thing out of place.
Oh,
here.
is there? Where?
One thing. This torch. There is no other torch anywhere here.
Oh my gosh.
This is the only torch.
Is that? Oh, and you're hinting. You're hinting. Go down here.
There's one torch.
So I said, okay, we got to give it a purpose. Can't just have a ring around it with nothing. So we added these secret maps, which are like one of the only thing in the map that's not resettable. So you got to give them the first try. So I said, I think we debated on this actually. I said I was going to give, was it you or was it Adam? One of you guys, I said I was going to give the players the location of where all the, spoiler, secret weapons were. Was that you? Was that you who's debating me on that?
I can't remember.
Yeah, this
so
was like,
maybe it wasn't me.
this was like 2 years ago.
Right.
That's the thing. This DevCom so belated. One over here. You can grab that one, Kwa.
Oh, sure.
All right. I kind of tried to space them out. So like, Kwa built all this stuff, and then I just put the shulker boxes to space them out, so it didn't feel like, so it felt like when you traveled, it was actually worth something. You're way ahead of me. You can grab that one too. So there's three of them, and there's a little bit of controversy here because I wrote 1 of 3, and then
1 of 3, 1 of 3,
and 1 of 3. And then Jagger Bob, he gave me heck for saying that because he's like, it should be 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. And I'm like, no, because it's just 1 of 3 maps. There's no order. Like, I don't want people to know, oh, I have map number 2. It's like I have 1 of the maps. And technically it's 1 of 4 because 1's already on the wall. But anyway, you come over here. I'll fly over here. And there's a... Look, I copied you.
Oh, nice
torch. So you can see from over there. Come in here. And I think I said to you, hey, I want to put a bedroom in here. And you said, okay, well, I built you a cave. Now you have to build me a bedroom. I was like, I can't build. And so that's how that one came here. And the whole point of this was, yeah, are you in the right place?
Probably
I am
not.
in the right place. You can punch it off the wall if it's wrong. Can't punch it off the wall if you're right. Yeah. And there we go. The hint overhead of the map. That was pretty tricky to get that picture because I had to like put my render distance out super far so that it would still stay loaded.
Oh, yep.
But this is the same thing by that filter by Texelelf. Take a picture, do a little math, and they're all converted to maps. Now the circles there, the smaller ones are on a lower section. Like this one is smaller than that one. It's on a lower section, and then the larger ones are just like on ground or higher. Nobody ever would guess that, but that's why I did it that way. And this one's just cut out there with a little arrow. This is your room.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a little secret music stash in here.
I do.
5 songs.
I saw. Oh.
Kwa's music box. We got KWA with Straight Outta Swamplands. Kwamenem with the Slime Blocky EP. Kwanye West with Creepus. Quandre 3000 with Look Ma No Commands. And Snoop Quag with Quaggy Style. I was like, I don't know if you like hip hop. Do you like hip hop?
I do.
And you're like,
I do.
Yeah, hip hop's good. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm making you some music.
Right. It's kind of funny for me because on the side, I am a SoundCloud rapper. Retired now, of course, after I made my millions.
Malo. Oh, snap. Get your drill ready, clean's about to go down.
Yeah.
Everybody in the band, get to your set. And stand super high in your platforms. Everyone ready? Doctor. I'm cleaning drill. I'm cleaning drill. Everybody look at me, cause I'm really cleaning drill. I'm cleaning drill. I'm cleaning drill. Take a good hard look at the super clean drill.
Yeah.
After you make your millions,
Absolutely.
I pay my guys good, right?
Extremely well. Best I've ever been played in my life.
Millions. But yeah, I thought that would be a fun little nod. And I think I didn't tell you. I think I said, yeah, go in there and see.
No, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't say anything. And then I found it one day. I'm like, what the heck?
And then you get this TARDIS, which is, do you ever watch Doctor Who?
I have not.
Yeah, okay.
This is a telephone box, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think to call the cops in Britain like years ago. So go ahead, hit that lever.
Boom.
Now watch these beacons. Yeah, here we go. Okay, see how two of them came on? That really irritates me because in the commands it's going one after another, but they don't light up that way for some reason. I don't know why. So this is kind of like a throwback to Diversity 2. And then now we're entering into like another dimension or something like that. I don't know. We're being sucked up to a dream or something. We end up in. These are void particles, I think. Are they void or these are mycelium particles.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, I was debating whether to do voiceover, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would have really broken it up from diversities. I don't know. I feel like that aspect doesn't fit, right? If we did voiceover.
The thing about the diversity maps, they were always kind of like pushing vanilla as far as you could. And so I was really trying not to use any resource packs and just doing all the trickery with like commands and stuff like that. So I kind of decided against it. Oh, hey, this place is, if you look at that on a server, like the server output, it'll tell you what it says. The Kwa1 Islands.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is my head. And then people see this the first time, they're like, how do you do that? I'm like, command blocks. Woo!
Oh.
Angry sense. So the reason we did the, I actually changed that color from purple, like 2 or 3 different renditions. It was a hard time to decide. But the reason we did the head there is because we had to get him out of the cave into this section. And I wanted something where like you kind of go into the mind of the map maker. So we literally put them in the head. And then I had to put the head over top of this because if you did it, this place would load up in chunks and it wouldn't look very good. So I put the head right on top there so we could actually load this area. But anyway, that is we're gonna talk about this in another episode. But that's kind of our thought process behind. I think I went over everything pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
If you have any questions, put them in the comments. We'll probably address them in like a finale episode. But stay tuned. We're going to talk about these I call them the Kwa1 Islands. Talk about his beautiful build. You built all this and all that. Everything you saw first, you built. Everything anybody ever saw in the map first was done by unless your command blocks didn't work. Then you saw the spiral room.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to see Qua's builds first. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. We will continue on in the next episode of the Diversity 3 developer commentary that you never thought you'd ever see. Any last words, Qua?
That's it. I'll see you guys in the next episode.
In the next episode. Enjoy your Minecrafting, guys. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Milo. I'm cleaning drill. Everybody look at me, cause I'm really cleaning drill. I'm cleaning drill. Take a good hard look at the super clean drill. I'm cleaning drill, Mr. Marlowe, take a look at me. Precision to the inch, better than you can see. judges think ghosts, cause of the way I flow. You can't stop me, Mr. Marlowe, cause I'm clean and drill. Take a picture, please. I'm clean and drill, yeah. We're drinking Gatorade now, cause it's so crisp. I got my bibbers on and my Dinkle Winkies. I'm flipping pages, you a printer, straight printed copies. I'm marching to my dots, shouting time.